Hey, love muffins. Welcome to my channel, my budding YouTube channel. This channel is going to be for those who are single and everything that we have to go through and endure in that journey, which is a lot. I've been divorced now for 7 years, and it's been nonstop thrills, and I'm willing to share all of this with you. For years, my friends have always told me that I should share these stories. They are stranger than fiction and very true for me, every single one. So I started to write them down. I've, attempted different things with them in my mind. I think that starting the YouTube channel may be the best route for now. And none of this has been rehearsed, so I'm just doing this on the fly. I did write some of them down in my trusty book here, which is a lovely book. You may not be able to see it. It says, "Don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try." So this lovely book here has some of the stories. So what I'm going to do at my first attempt at my YouTube video here is just dive in to one of these stories, one of the first ones that I've written down for my book, or what was going to be my book, that I have not been the best at writing it. So the book and this YouTube channel will be loosely titled Shenanigans, because that's like my favorite word. I use it a lot. Anyways, without further ado, again, this YouTube channel is going to be hosted by me, Mimi. The stories are going to be about my life as a divorcee for 7 years, dating and being single in California, Los Angeles, California. Yeah. So I'm a fan of all the shows like Insecure, Sex and the City, and just I've seen all those shows, each episode about 100 times of every single show that I just named, even Girlfriends as well. And even watching all those shows, the stories that I'm going to share are, again, stranger than fiction. I couldn't make this stuff up, but yet it actually happened. Anyway, enough said. Let's dive in. Get your favorite cup of tea. This one is my little plant mug because, as you can see, I have a bit of a forest. You can see some of it in the background, and as the channel goes on, I'll show you more. But for today, this is the forest you see. Anywho, let's jump in. Buckle up, buttercup. Okay, so grab your favorite ice cream or that perfect glass of wine. You'll need it. This will read like fiction, but heaven knows every drop is true. You are diving headfirst into a tale of someone who was into online dating many years before it was the thing to do. I am a hopeless romantic, which somewhat explains my fortitude, maybe? I've been on more dates than anyone I know. I venture to say celebrities ain't got nothing on me. Now, here's the lure. It's the type of men that I attract. This is true. I am quite the character. Eccentric is just one way to describe me. Or as I once overheard a girlfriend talking about me to another friend, she lives in her own world, quote unquote. Yes, that be me, guilty as charged and proud. Yes, anyways, enough with the blah, blah, blah. I won't make you wait another minute. I'll elaborate more, or try to, on me and my colorful ways as we digress. Ready, set, go. Oceanfront, Smurf Village. This is the first story, and that is the title. I met him for our first date at the Cheesecake Factory in Redondo Beach, California. The South Bay tends to be my stomping grounds. Anywho, he's shorter than I'd like, not 6 feet. I'm 5'8", by the way. With heels, you can imagine. And wearing his scrubs. Hospital scrubs, yes, you understood me. He's some kind of medical assistant or nurse, not sure which. Anywho, our date went the way most of my dates go. I'm not really attracted to him, although he's not bad looking, and as usual, I felt no chemistry with him. This is almost never how my date feels. This is almost never how my date feels. They are attracted and they always feel chemistry 99% of the time. I'm sure I have a hand in this due to the way I interact with my man. Anyways, back to my Smurf village. So usually, if someone has potential, I will continue seeing them for a few dates to see if maybe my feelings can change, because I'm extremely picky, and like most women, I'm inherently attracted to dogs. Ugh. He was religious. I like that, because despite all the debauchery I'm about to hit you with, I am too. Religious, that is. Once we had a meetup near his place. I'll explain why it's in quotations later. Should have done this. Sorry, guys. His place. At a park facing the ocean where we had a nice Bible study, then headed over to the Redondo Beach Pier for lunch. Now, he was the type who'd vacillate between seeming gay to trying to prove he wasn't by sudden outburst of thuggishness. We went to lunch that day. He decided to bring his Tupac with him this particular day. We started discussing some subject I can't recall, and he started cursing, and his demeanor shifted into this kind of angry thug. Mind you, we just had a lovely Bible study not an hour before. On the water at the park. Now he can go from this to calling you on the phone, and when you answer, he will greet you with Mimi, singing just like that. How's my Mimi doing? Mimi. He does that. Now, this is all in a manner in which would make the best Broadway musical star jealous. So why do I call him Oceanfront? This dude claimed to live in the sickest oceanfront condo I've ever witnessed in person or on TV. I'd never seen anything like it. Still haven't. This is true. The condo is nice, clean, well kept. The decor is stunning. You know, gay men love the glitz. The balcony starts in front, staring right at the ocean, which is a few feet away, and wraps around the perimeter of the condo. On the larger side portion, he has ample seating and a jacuzzi. He and I always sat right in front, two beach-style high white chairs and a cute little beach bar on such near us. It was also impeccably decorated outside. Side-eye. Anywho, here's the catch. Oceanfront typically dressed very shabby, without the chic. Looked like all of his clothes came from Goodwill, but not the nice pics of the litter. I recall once I went over and he had on black slacks where the hem had come undone on one side and they didn't look clean, maybe a few days old even. When I'd stopped by and he knew I was coming over, he'd always take a long time to answer the door. Very strange. I've never known anyone to do this. We're talking like 15, 20 minutes and I'm waiting outside the gate. Now, this condo is in a plush area where there aren't many blacks, and it costs a pretty penny. So you'd wonder why he didn't dress the part. Okay, so even if I looked past that, there's the car he drove. This calls for another story. He said he wanted to take me to Maestro's in Malibu. I'd never been, so I agreed. I'm a sucker for fine dining in a restaurant where the ambiance is just so yum. Anywho, he asked if I felt like driving. I didn't. I wanted the full-on, I'm on a date experience. I drove to his place, and he drove us to Malibu from there. Now, I'm aware a real date would have picked me up from home, but by now I'd friend-zoned him hard, so I couldn't be picky. LOL. Anywho, the car he drove was his mom's. It was an old compact Mitsubishi sedan I'd never seen on the streets, ever. This car had one special detail. I wish I would have paid more attention before this all unfolds. We pull up to Maestro's, and it's all you dream it to be. We have a lovely dinner, or late lunch, I think. Now as it's time to go, we are at the valet booth. And suddenly, Oceanfront fakes losing his wallet. When I later text him to say he didn't have to pull such a farce, as I would have had no problem paying the $20 for valet since he just sprung for our $200 lunch and drove us there, he insists it was no farce and he really lost his wallet. Side eye. Anywho, we're at the valet booth after him going back inside, tracking his steps and whatnot for his lost wallet. I pay our valet now. I pay our valet now. It's time to pull the car around. Mind you, in this parking lot, there are only Mercedes, BMWs, Porsches, and not much less. Meanwhile, as the valet pulls it around, I notice as I'm walking around in front of Betsy and valet dude is getting my door. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I noticed as I'm walking around in front of Betsy, meaning his vehicle, because that's what it looked like. And valet dude is getting my door right in front of the car where most cars have their logo like an H for Honda. Betsy has blue masking tape in the form of an X. I'm mortified. I quickly hop in and hold my breath until we crawl off. Yikes, it's still painful just thinking about it. Now, how you could drive your mother's Betsy, live there, and dress in such a way? Well, I'll let you do the math, my friend. I digress. Why do I call him Smurf Village? Ready? So one day we were communicating. I can't recall if this was via text or phone call. Probably text, as that's my usual preference. Anywho, as he proceeds to send me photos of his special project. Now, I'll preface this by saying he knew I had an affinity for Smurfs. Sorry, guys. So guess what? His project was a Smurf village. Now, this was full on him creating by hand little mushroom houses and elaborate villages. My reaction must have given him pause, whatever it was at the time, so he made up an explanation on how he'd be donating these to a local library for the kids. Side eye. Now, Smurf Village is in his late 40s, early 50s, no kids, never married, driving his mom's outdated gem of a Mitsubishi with a blue cross of masking tape on the front for extra good measure. He later became a tribe member. I'll explain this later as we go along. His part in this is at its end. However, I have a feeling you've grown a soft spot for Oceanfront Smurf Village / Smurf Village, so I'll leave you with this last detail. Once after he'd had me over for an elaborate dinner at the Oceanfront condo, candlelights and all, I'd had my pour of wine, and as he walked me to my car in the rain, he hopped on the passenger side to say a proper goodnight. We lightly kissed. Again, I'd had my pour. When I pulled away to leave, he requested this: "Can I suck your tongue?" Needless to say, that was a hearty no dear and goodbye. Well, that's the first story from many. Yeah. Anybody who is single in Los Angeles area knows that this is par for the course, sadly. So if you enjoyed it, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, maybe even in the comments tell me your crazy dating story so we can commiserate with each other. This channel will just be fun and positivity and good vibes. So that's really all I'm trying to create here, is like a safe space to just kind of laugh about the kind of stuff we go through as single people in 2021. So it's been fun, guys. Time to go water my plants.